Hey guys, we're going to do a UIL math review. And so what I was going to tell you was that most of these problems have some kind of simple way to solve them, okay? But again, you have to kind of have a little bit of number sense to get through it quickly. So when you look at this problem, this looks really terrifying, okay? However, when you see something to the -1, guys, all that means is when you look here, come over here, all that means is 1 over this number, okay? So if you think about it, 1 divided by 1/4, keep, change, flip, keep, change, flip, 4 over 1, which is 4. So this is equal to 4, okay? Now, so based on that information, what do you think this is equal to? And hopefully you know that's equal to 16, okay? And again, that's because we have a lot of 1s here. If there was another number other than 1, I might have to do a little bit of dividing, okay? But in this case, I don't, okay? 1 over, that's what this means. So we just said this right here is equal to 4. 4 minus 4 divide by, guess what this is? 16, okay? Follow PEMDAS. Don't do 4 minus 4 is 0. Don't do that, because if you do that, then 0 divided by 16 is 0. Don't do that one. You have to do 4 divided by 16. When I'm looking here, I'm going to tell you, when I simplify it, I'm going to get 1/4. So basically, guys, I'm doing 4 minus 1/4. So that's no, no, and no. There's only one answer that will work. Think about it. 4 take away less than 1 whole. So I still have 3, okay? And if you think of a picture of that, 4 wholes take away 1/4, you're left with 3 3/4. Number 2, it says if the number 150 is increased by 40, and if that result is then decreased by 40%, what is the final result? Make sure I said percent there. Okay, so first of all, cross this one off. Okay, 150 is increased by 40, then decreased by 40. That's kind of like a trick answer. You think you go back to where you started, but that's not what happens. 150, 40% as a decimal is 0.4. 0026. Okay, so 60 is how much this increases by, which is 210. Okay, now this number right here, that result is decreased by 40%. So I have 210 times 0.4, 40%, 0.4811. So this result is decreased by 84. Okay, 210 minus 84. I know that's not it. I know that's not it. Okay. When I regroup, I'm going to get sorry, I couldn't read my own handwriting here for a second. That's 10 minus 8, which is 2, and then 126. So that's B. Okay. So just so you know, little things that can help you. Okay. So when I do number 3, it says what is the perimeter of a regular octagon if each of its sides is 2 centimeters in length? And I had to double check to make sure I was not misreading this. Octagon has 8 sides. Each side is 2 centimeters. Nothing tricky on that one, okay? 8 sides times 2, okay? Number 4 is kind of an example of something that you would, there is kind of a trick to it. It says how many odd numbers are there between 20 and 100? So what I was doing was I was thinking, and I didn't even write this out, I was just thinking that I said, okay, 21, 23, 25, 27, 29. Once I'm at this point, I get to the 30s, okay? So there's 5 odd numbers in the 20s. 5 odd numbers in the 30s, 5 odd numbers in the, so 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I have 5 odd numbers in each of these, okay? So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, okay? So you can count, but guys, there's a good chance that you will miscount, okay? Number 5 says, and this is, I think this one's easier than it might appear. If x squared is less than 16, what is the sum of all positive integers that solve the inequality? Okay. So if you think about it, if this was equal, it would be 4, right? But you cannot use 4 because it has to be less than. So if I put 3 in there, 3 squared 9, 2 squared is 4, 1 squared is 1. These are the only positive numbers that satisfy this inequality. 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6. Okay? So, each time that you are doing problems like this, like I said, you're looking for kind of a quicker way to do it. If you have absolutely no way of solving it, don't even put an answer for that one. Okay? Only put an answer if you can limit some of the answers, because you get points for the ones you get right, you lose points for the ones you get wrong, and you get nothing if you leave it blank. Okay? So we'll do one more here. It says if you have 5 pairs of pants, 3 pairs of shoes, and 5 shirts of different colors, how many different outfits will you have available if every outfit must include pants, shoes, and shirts? So generally this is one when in 7th grade that we would do something like a tree diagram. But instead of that, to get your total possible outcomes, you do something called the counting principle. Okay? I have 5 pairs of pants, 3 pairs of shoes, and 5 shirts. Okay? So if you multiply all of those individually, 5 times 3, 15, 15 times 5, you get 75. So this, maybe, if you haven't done this in a while, maybe this is something new that you can take. Okay? I'm going to let you try to do number 7. I don't think that one's too bad. I think you could figure that one out. The ratio one might be one that's good to talk about. It says 3 positive integers are in the ratio of 1, 3, 4 and have a sum of 72. What is the smallest of the integers? Okay, so if you have something like this, I mean, you can do a lot of guessing and checking, but if it was me, I would do an equation. And so we have our ratio here, which this ratio is equal to 8. We don't want the ratio to equal 8. We want it to equal 72. So I would say like 1x, or just x, plus 3x plus 4x. How many x's do I have? 8 x's. And when I solve that, x is equal to 9. So this one would be 9. This one would be 27, and this one would be 36. Okay, so if you double check that, if you add 9 plus 27, you get 36. 36 plus 36 is 72. So these numbers are in the ratio of 1, 3, 4. Okay. Now you have an answer key on these to try to work through and see if you can find a quick way to get to your answer. To me, I think that was a pretty quick way.